Story time on how I got scammed by UPS while I do something with this main. We're gonna say probably about 2.5 months ago, I got a new phone, right? On my bill is rather high, but it's simply because I have my brother on there, I have my nephew on there, we've got a bunch of gadgets and gizmos, you know, making payments installments, so you know how that goes. At the same time that I got a phone, my brother got a phone, and we got a new iPad, so obviously the expected bill is to be high. If you have AT&T, you know that if you get a new phone over the phone, online, wherever, you have to send your phone back. I have that Next Up plan where I think it's called Next Up, Jump, whatever it's called. If you have your phone for, I think it's like 6 months to a year, you can then get an upgrade, or you're eligible for an upgrade. So ding, 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 I was eligible for an upgrade. So I got a new phone. You're just paying the taxes today. You'll see your bill increase by a little bit for whatever reason. Long story short, like, here's your UPS label. Go ahead and send it back to us. We'll let you know when it's received. I sent it off. And I got an email that said, hey, thank you so much for sending it. We received it. Have a great day. So I'm like, have a great day. But a chingar a su madre with UPS, right? Also, let this be known that this issue is ongoing. I look at my bill because my bill is due March 13th. And no lo van a creer, los mendigos. My bill says $850. Whose bill is almost $1,000? I call them expeditiously on the clock. And for the coworkers who I have on this app, it wasn't on the clock. It's an exaggeration for the storyline. Thank you. My friend put me onto this while she was doing my hair. This do the trick. I've been really into like these very protective style headbands. It's essentially like a piece of fabric is what it looks like. This I like to just put it in my parts because it really gives it a good slick. And this is wax, you guys. I have no clue where you can get it from. It is hot in this bathroom. I call AT&T and I'm like, explícanse. And they're like, oh yeah, you returned us a box with no phone inside. And I'm like, that's so funny that you say that. And I was avoiding a situation as such. So when I sent it to you, I paid for insurance for it to get there safely, sound, insured, should anything happen, right? Okay, cool. So when I delivered it to UPS, I had the label, I left it open. They insured, confirmed that they themselves would package it up. Why would I think that they would do anything? Okay, I'm not insuring it because of them. I'm insuring it just in case if it gets lost in transit, gets delivered to the wrong person, right? Pero yo allí de tonta gave it to them with the box open so they could package it up. So it made its way there. And AT&T is like, you're gonna be charged for the remaining price of the phone. $453. I don't have $453. I've been with you guys since I was 18. Y'all think that I have time to start committing fraud today at my 31 years of age? Absolutely not. How do we remedy this? Because they sent me pictures of an empty box. They're looking at me, I'm looking at them. I put the phone in there. UPS, I gave it to them open. As I'm saying this, of course, I'm like, pinche tonta. But at the time, I'm like, why wouldn't I trust them? We go back and forth. They're like, we need to do an investigation. I'm like, well, the investigation is going to come out that they took it. Like, period. I don't know what else you're going to get out of this investigation, but let's assume that you do get this investigation going and you find out that they did, in fact, take it. What's happening from there? They're like, you go ahead and call UPS, see if you can file a claim. So I'm, bring. Hi, hello. One of your employees stole my shirt. They're like, I'm like, look it up. I'm like, search it up, look at the cameras, do whatever you gotta do, but figure it out. So they're like, can you give me your insurance number? I give them all the information that they need. They're like, darn, it's been past the 60 days when you should have claimed it. And I'm like, what? It's been past 60 days? Yeah, it's been 66. Of course, it's been over 60 days. I'm sure this is not the first time UPS has done this bullshit. Well, I was just notified today that my phone didn't arrive. So how could I file a claim on something I didn't know? In short, they're like, yeah, tough luck. I don't know what to tell you. And I'm like, no problem. Who am I speaking with? Ben? Okay, Ben, thank you. Have a great day. I call AT&T and I'm like, you need to figure this out. Because this is now a systemic issue within your company. You guys trusted UPS to do this. It's your responsibility now. They're like, okay. So listen, we did a quick little investigation and we do believe that they did take it. I'm like, because they did. Yes. And they're like, so we're willing to give you a credit for the remaining amount of the phone. However, you will have to make the payment on this bill. And I said, oh, I don't have $850 to give you. Even with the credit, I don't have $850 to give you. So let's try again. And they're like, that's all that we can do right now. And I said, you know what? All that I can do is pay my bill. And this economy, I don't have it for you. It prompted me to tell this story on the socials because there's no way two big companies like AT&T and UPS are out here scamming people and investigating $450 funky dollars that they can give up. I don't want to credit AT&T. I want you to take it off of my bill. It says my bill is due March 17th. We're in February. Go ahead and figure it out because I'm not paying 800 and whatever the fuck dollars.